Hello, agents. Hello, everyone. So I don't know if this was just to do clickbait or if it was just misleading or if it was just blatantly false advertising, but my head explodes sometimes when I got to go and explain things over to someone because they saw something on the internet or something was emailed to them that's blatantly false. So let's get into what recently kind of made my head explode a little and I had to do a bunch of extra work for. So one of my clients called me. So recently, we had a interest rate from this guaranteed income life insurance company. It was a 5.6% rate, over $100,000 for 5 years. That was the interest rate, 5.6%, right? So we had a client who was interested in it. We talked to them. They were very happy. And then they get something in the email saying, hey, this rate's changing. So let's just jump in to look at what this client received. So it said, this is the last chance to get these rates. And I believe it was cut off. This was faxed to us, but I believe it says, hurry, time is running out on these returns, right? So we're going to go ahead and look at this ad that was sent over. And I'm going to pull it up quick and we're going to look at the 5 year. And it says, it's hard to read because it came via fax, but it says 6.25%, has a little star there. See that? It's 6.25%, has a little star for 5 years. Now, remember, we're offering a 5.6%. So this is much better, right? I mean, if you're looking at this and it says everything you want to hear, it's 6.25 is better than 5.6, right? And if you look at the little asterisk over here, it shoots down. It says it's compound interest. So it's not a simple interest, it's a compound interest. And there it is. Shows it that way. So, I asked the client, like, well, it's great. I would love to sell a 6.25. Can you ask the person who sent this to you? And I won't disclose that name, but if you can ask that person, what company it is. Turns out it's the guaranteed income life insurance company. Like, no, they don't have two different sets of rates. And why would they offer a 6.25 when 560 is the top rate? Insurance companies just don't go above and beyond to try, they maybe go to 580 or 590. They're not going to jump that far ahead just to get the business. There's no need to be that far ahead. So when I took a look at this, what I found out once he told me that, I'm like, how does he come up with 6.25, right? Telling clients 5 year 6.25 compound rate when it was actually 5.6, because I know they don't have two different. So how did this person come up with this way to advertise this, right? Well, it turns out what I did is I took 100,000, I ran it at 5.6% for 5 years, and that grows to 131,317. Now that 31,317 is the gain. Divided by 5 comes out to $6,263, right? Or just about 6.25%. So no, it's not. If it was even 6.2, it wouldn't be a compound as they're showing here. That would be simple. 62, 63 times 5 will get you to where you are. But this is not correct at all. This is totally false advertising and not a way to do that. So you could say, an ad could say, 31.31% in 5 years. That's true, but it's 100% misleading and not how MIGAs work at all. There's no way to advertise that 5.6 as a 6.25 compounded. It's just not right. It's clickbait. It's fake. It's false. No company would be compliant with that. So I had to explain this to the client and redo the work and make them comfortable with it. And once they understood and talked to the person again, I guess they got to the point where it was not correct. And the client was like, I can't make sense of it. And that's the main thing. The clients can't make sense of something like this. They don't deal with this stuff every day and it doesn't make sense. They can't calculate this stuff. So anyway, this really happened. This was a real deal. And I just think this is a horrible thing that's going out there. If you're out in the marketplace and you're shopping for an annuity and something seems way out of place, ask questions, ask around, get it in writing, get something from the company in writing about it. So if you see someone saying an 8% annuity return when everybody's else at 5 and 5.5%, there's something wrong. It's going to be a rider. It's going to be fee-based. It's going to be simple, something to it. You can't have the money unless you take it over 20 years. There's going to be a trick to it. But it's oftentimes advertised that way as just a way to get people to click and call them. And then once they have them on the hook, oh, well, this, that, and, they figure they got the lead or they'll sell that lead to someone and then someone else has to explain it. So be very careful. If something seems too good to be true, the old saying, it probably is. So go ahead, take a look and never be afraid to call the company direct. They'll talk to you. Or call another agent, ask around. Even if you're working with me, call someone else. Make sure, always confirm the details you're getting in the future on all this stuff. And this is the stuff that makes my head explode when I have to do this. And it causes just a bunch of extra work that doesn't need to be done. And again, gives the industry a bad name and it gives people a sour taste in their mouth. So Yeah, that's the end. Here's some of my basic disclosures. You can pause the screen. That's the end of my presentation. But in the end, I just want people to know, be careful. It's okay to ask around and make sure you can get the details you need. And, you know, it's not a problem to call around multiple people. No one's going to get offended. People should be happy to work with you. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed that, and be very careful out there. If anything seems too good to be true in any aspect of buying in your retail life and all that good stuff. So have a good one. Thanks for watching. Talk to you all soon, and got more videos coming shortly. Bye-bye.